Day today. I mean, there were some really good moments. Some guys, I thought came out there and competed. You had a kind of, a few things just needing to get, our look squads on the same page. NC State's unique at some of the presentations and what they do. So just trying to simulate that look can be challenging for guys. It's a little bit different than obviously what we do, defensively. But there's an opportunity to help those guys along. I thought we got the good on good work, offense, defense. I thought guys competed and did a nice job throughout that. The individual work, some real positives. But as we work through this week, we've got to make sure that in all the little things and all the details, that we get an opportunity to learn from the issues that have showed up throughout the course this year, and make sure we get those corrected, put ourselves in the best position to achieve success. We know it's a really good opponent that's coming in here on Saturday, and at the end of the day, our focus needs to be on ourselves, making sure we're trusting our communication, our fundamentals, being able to go out there and execute and play to the best of our abilities in everything that we do. But I thought there was good work done today, but obviously we got to come back with a better Wednesday, which has been part of a little bit of our challenge here as we've been going through. We've had good Tuesdays, and there's been a dip there on some of the Wednesdays, but tomorrow's got to be a great day for us. Yeah, Emmett got his first full work here Sunday, and really jumped in today when he was available for all parts of practice, which was good to see. He was still not ready yet. I mean, that's but we think that he's getting close, and that's something that I'm excited about. Leonard is staying, and we think we're getting to that point with Leonard that it should be right there. So we'll see how this week progresses. Excited about just the way that he's worked. Both those guys, I mean, they put a lot into it to be able to go through a challenge in rehabilitation, and they've done a nice job to give themselves an opportunity to get back in here this season.
Normal players, the rest of the team is a full camp to kind of get in conditioning.
That's our athletic training staff, strength staff have done a great job with those guys. Are they going to be ready to jump in and play a full game? No. I mean, it's you remember Hamza last year, very similar. When he came back, we had him on a number count, and if those guys, when they're available and ready, it'll be the very much the same thing. If they're putting themselves in a position to be able to help this team, and I think both those guys are really good players that can do that. But we got to see how they progress. But it's just there's so much work that goes into it at that level. It's funny kind of watching those guys as they jump back into the team drills and tempo, and there obviously is a heightened sense of anxiety whenever you're coming off of an injury and you have that first kind of contact, but coupled with just the physical conditioning. So but I like where I'm seeing those guys heading to, and we'll see how it progresses with Leonard this week, and then obviously as Emmett continues to come along. Yeah, really excited about Marion and his development. As he's gone through, fall camp. You saw he wasn't available for the first part of it, so kind of was a little bit behind just in the repetition coming in as a new freshman. But he's an absolute worker, and had a great summer. He was unfortunate he didn't have that time early in camp, but he's just continued to grow and get better. And he's really established himself into the rotation. Probably 3 or 4 games into the season, and now he's a fixture in the rotation. And so in that moment, they tried the one-on-one fade ball, and I thought he did a great job being on the low hip when he got himself back in position, got his eyes back for the ball, and then made an incredible interception. To see a true freshman in that moment on the road, I mean, it was definitely a joy to see, and just the emotion that he has and what he brings to this defense. I think he's really positioned himself to at the beginning of his career to set himself up to have a great one in front of him.
Coach, you mentioned Clemson's recruiting yesterday as a reason they were able to slow down Jordan. Recruiting seems to get magnified this time of year, especially with signing day coming up. Just in terms of everything that goes into being a college coach, where would you rank recruiting compared to all those different elements, and just how important is that to the success of any program?
I mean, that's the thing that's great about college coaching, is just all the different things that you get to be a part of, and there's no question. I mean, recruiting is the lifeblood of the program, and what we have to do, the constant evaluation, the constant development in relationships. We talked about it all the time, as you go through, whether it was June when we first went live. I mean, from 12:01 a.m. I mean, we were being active, and it's about every chance that you can build those relationships, all the things that we can do in our evaluation to make sure that we're getting the right fit for Florida State. And I'm really excited about the guys that we've been able to bring here. Obviously seeing them as they come in, as they continue to grow and develop. And then coupled with the future classes that we're putting together, there's a lot of momentum there for us in the recruiting world, and a lot of excitement about not only who's coming, but also what the future is going to be. But it's one of the joys of being of my job, and I love seeing kids get opportunities, and seeing them grow through that process as we're doing the same thing as a staff.
Is Mako a guy that's in the mix to help out special teams?
Miko's had a rough mid part of the season, and hasn't really been available for the last 3.5 weeks, I would say, and we're hopeful that he's kind of getting over the hump there, and he's somebody that I think the world of, great young man, and just really trying to push to get himself back to where he can get out there and help us. But I saw some good things from him today. You saw some a little bit better bounce out of him, and so hopefully this week progresses well. And because we definitely we can use him in all aspects, in defensive backfield as well as what we're doing special team wise.
Coach Fuller mentioned yesterday the defense needing to win a game. Like if they could have won the game. And is that a mentality, or is that all just execution?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, you have that mindset that they were put in some challenging situations before that point, before the drive that they ended up going up. But our defense, they're growing, and we got some tremendous leaders. Really like the way those guys are approaching those opportunities. Unfortunately, we didn't do the things necessary. We had the 2 penalties, and then the third play was the touchdown, which you go back and watch. I mean, we had opportunities. We just missed. Didn't utilize the proper fundamentals, missed the tackles there. On that play. Credit to the back that had a good run, but those are things that when you're put in those situations, that identity's got to really stand firm, and we got to eliminate the penalties, for what those were, and make sure that we do finish the game, because we are capable, and I think these guys, they embrace that responsibility to take ownership in that, and it's our job just to continue to put them in positions and prepare them for those moments when they show up.